you people who are poor want to be poor?
No, he said,
Obviously not.
oh my God, is that free will?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't think I understand what free will means.
If that's their decision to be poor, that's their decision. But some people don't want to be poor. They want better for their life. So they'll do better for themselves. By getting a job, getting an education, whatever it is, getting the opportunity to not be poor, they will take it.
Yeah, not just feeling rich. They will not do.
Yeah, so Vishal, you're right. Even there's like another person, Autumn here, she's even disagreeing with what you're saying, and she brought up some good points in the chat. So it's like, what you're saying just doesn't make sense, so. And by the way, there's kids that do grow up to say they want to be terrorists. There's plenty of evidence to show that. There's plenty of videos to show that. It's called brainwashing, and that's how it starts when they grow up to want to be shaheeds. And like Daniel was saying, they put these named martyrs. You know, they're like putting it as a hero image, right? And as a kid, right? Kids love this shit. You know, when you love in America, we love superheroes, and we love our SpongeBobs and stuff like this here. But like over there, they like the Mickey Mouse that wants to teach you how to kill Jews. So much different. So everything you're saying is really just, I mean, you live in another world, bro. I don't know. Or you're just trolling really hard.
You misunderstood me. I'm saying, if you, okay, you wanting to be a prime minister or you wanting to be something is result of your circumstances. That's what I'm saying.
You were saying that that's free will earlier. So now you're changing it up.
So yeah, that's your will. So your will is not decided by your intrinsic factors. It has influence from extrinsic factors as well. That's my point. Isn't it?
I was saying that before all this stuff came up. I was saying that in the very beginning.
Yeah, so that means the locus of where free will originates is not inside you. It might be outside you as well. That's the point. So free will isn't in your control. You don't have a free will.
Of course it's in your control. It's always in your control.
Everyone has free will.
Exactly.
It's an innate thing. It's not the ability to have every earthly power, every earthly, super job. It's your innate gift from God to make your own choices for your soul, for eternity, and your own choices with what you come across in life. It doesn't mean if you're not born rich, that doesn't mean you don't have free will.
Exactly. Thank you.
So the problem with that is, Autumn, there is an assumption that you have unlimited choices.
No, there is no assumption and no.
Okay, so if you limit the choices, then your free will is gone. That's the point.
No, your free will is not gone just because you're not born rich or something. You still
I'm
have a
saying
choice.
your free will is gone if your choices are limited.
If you're not being born rich and not having every super power on the earth, that doesn't mean your free will is limited. You just don't understand what free will actually is. It's not being able to do everything under the sun, and it's not being able to infringe upon the rights of others. It is what God created in Genesis 1 through 3. If you want to know what free will, go to those chapters and read them. That is what free will is, where it came from. If those chapters aren't enough, read the founding documents of the founding fathers, because they spoke about it a lot.
Which chapter did God say to kill innocent Palestinians?
Oh my God, this guy's so stupid.
No one but you is saying to do that.
He's just trolling. He's just trolling at this point. No.
I got to the chapter where he calls for an Al-Aqsa flood to go and kill Jews. Right after that chapter comes the chapter where they find out after they fuck around.
What, Al-Aqsa chapter? Is there a chapter called Al-Aqsa? Did you say Al-Aqsa?
Yeah, right before the massacre of the terrorists.
American Muslim. He's a Hindu that hates Israel, bro. He doesn't know shit about Islam, this guy. He doesn't know shit about anything that we're talking about.
And your mic is
You said you were. You said you were, bro.
I was born Hindu. I'm not a Hindu.
So again,
So what are you now?
So did you know that Judaism is an ethno-religion? It means that if you are born Jewish, you are usually still Jewish. You don't convert out of Judaism usually. Hinduism is a fake ethno-religion where most Hindus cannot even spell the Bhagavad Gita. Do you know the first line of the Rig Veda? This is like our Torah. He does not know the Torah. This is our concept of the Torah. He doesn't know it.
God, how do you know the thing that you just said?
Because he's Hindu, idiot. My God, holy shit! How do you not understand? Americans can be Hindu too, bro. Like I don't like. There's Indians that live here in America.
Harry, he said that he's pro-Islam. I just want to show him the Quranic verse where it says that you're supposed to fight those who do not believe in Allah. Like it says, it's quite clear.
Oh, that's a misinterpretation, by the way.
Oh,
No, it isn't.
All,
It's what it teaches.
First of all, you're talking to someone who's actually going to Islamic University. I speak Arabic, it's my native language. I can go to Islamic jurisprudence, I can go to Hadith, I can go to Nasir. I know everything that you think that I don't know. I've studied stuff so I can become an Islamic judge, and I left it while I was in the university when I found out all this barbaric shit.
Wait, are you an ex-Muslim?
I am an ex-Muslim, yes.
Oh. Then you
If
might
you want to know about Islam, if you want to know about Islam,
he knows more about Islam than anybody on this fucking app, bro. He'll school you to any degree, bro. Like
They tell
degrees.
you know,
No, but
You know
Phoenix,
what
you
God
tell me
says?
that you give them wrong interpretations.
who is they? Enemies? My enemies will always tell you things that you should listen to because they're always going to be my enemies because they don't want. They're Muslims. What do you
But
think?
then tell me, why don't all Muslims who call themselves Muslims believe in this theology? Whatever you're saying.
It's
that's
not
you have
Put it this
to-
way. Put it this way. For the first 1,400 years, meaning not until the 1970s, okay, nobody interpreted in any other way than when it comes to 929, it's an offensive jihad, means that you're going out of your way to actually conquer other people's land in order to bring them to Islam. There is not a single source out there that says otherwise, including the verse that talks about banging little girls, which is in 65 verse 4 of the Quran. Nobody disputed this for the fact that you're supposed to bang little girls. You're not supposed to bang little girls for 1,400 years. This is what we call in scholarly consensus. It's called ijma in Arabic. It means that nobody disputed this. Nobody went around trying to actually tap dance around the whole fact that slavery is allowed in the Quran as well. Nobody was tapping around doing it during this time. This was considered ijma, which means consensus. So they used to practice this stuff and nobody questioned it. It was until when this Western liberal ideologies that came that, giving people rights and stuff, they started to go around, it doesn't mean, banging doesn't mean, you just tickle them with a feather or something like that, and all that sort of stuff came way afterwards, right? So I can go through you bit by bit, through every single Islamic source, to show you all the nastiness that is. And by the way, I haven't even gone to 98 verse 6, where it called Jews and Christians the worst of creatures. It means worse than dogs, worse than animals, worse than every single animal alive. So I can go through that too. And I can show how Prophet was one of the most biggest anti-Semites on planet Earth. Really, I can do that. If you want, we can go there. You want to start from jihad? We can start from there. Do you know anything about jihad? What is the 3 stages of jihad? Do you know that?
No, I don't know that. But tell me something. Are you trained in academics, or are you trained in academic way of looking at things?
Academics. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
So
I
no,
use my
Michelle,
academic methodology.
you're trying to deflect from his point. You're trying to say everyone knows that jihad means holy war. You are acting as if you don't know that holy war means jihad because you're trying to deflect, because you're trying to talk about Arabic ijtihad. Ijtihad is some complex academic concept, but
No, it's not. It's not that complex. Ijtihad means basically to actually use your own mind. It's the lowest form of methodology. It means after everybody else says their ideas, and there is no idea in this regard, and the person who's actually, let's say, an imam that has an ijazah, which means a permission to actually give some sort of fatwa, or he's supposed to be a alim, a scholar, that he can give his own interpretation for the matter, because no other scholar actually has an interpretation. It's the lowest form of interpretation to give, because for the matter of fact, every other scholar with every single topic, you have people talking about it, and it goes all the way to back to Prophet Muhammad, right? That's why you have the hadiths, that's why you have the tafsir. You can trace them back to the earliest people who were during the time of Muhammad, and that's why they say this is the best interpretation, this is the most authentic way of finding out. Ijtihad is when you actually don't have anybody talking about it, but you are knowledgeable enough, and you have the permission to basically interpret it yourself, because you have the permission to do so. You're a scholar, and you have the title of a scholar, and therefore you can go ahead. That's what it is.
Meaning you know Torah as well.
I think you just taught him everything about Islam, bro, in one paragraph.
No, I'm not a Torah expert, and I don't pretend to be. But Islam is my area of expertise. I can tell you everything about it. I can even tell you that you practice some really weird stuff right here, and I can show you the hadith as well, like really nasty stuff. Like you would say, how the hell does anybody actually go around saying this guy's a prophet?
Crazy, bro.
You're an Islamophobe. It appears that you're an Islamophobe.
Oh, here it goes.
No such thing.
By the way, I tell Muslims all the time, I'm a proud Islamophobe. I'm a proud Islamophobe. Not a problem there, buddy. Not a problem there. Anybody who knows Islam fully, they would be an Islamophobe if they had any conscience.
Nobody's gonna marry you, Phoenix. You're gonna try single.
Phoenix, tell them about the necrophilia hadith. I think this is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my
You
life.
think that's a crazy
Oh my God, stop.
You think that's
I honestly, I didn't believe you when you said it. I had to go look it up
you
myself.
think that was you think that was
Yeah,
crazy?
Ellie, I brought you up, and this is what you had to
Yeah,
say.
it's so insane.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Okay, I'll keep it a little bit PC, and I'll work my way up if you guys don't need to continue. Okay, here's a hadith that I think it gives a whole new meaning to finger licking good. I mean, I'm sure you heard the words finger licking good, you know? Finger licking good. So
What is that, KFC's motto or something?
Yeah. Or whatever. So here's a hadith.
That's McDonald's.
That's McDonald's. Okay, my bad.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. That's McDonald's.
Alright, so here is Sahih Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari 5456. Just so I can show you that I'm not making this up, I'm gonna put this link on the side chat so y'all can read it. Actually, it'll be better off if you guys read it. I want to see your reaction when you do it. Grace, would you kindly read this hadith? I just posted it on the side chat. Okay, Autumn. Maybe Autumn or Jay.
Phoenix, tell me something. I'm more interested in knowing your history.
What? You want me to do the sunnah? The sunnah? What do you do?
Yeah, I just put a link on the side chat for the hadith. Can you please read that out loud?
The prophet said, when you eat, do not wipe your hands till you have licked it or had it licked by somebody else.
Oh, interesting. So,
Ooh, it sounds lovely.
To lick and to suck fingers, chapter 52.
Jay, I'm glad as a cantor I didn't have to read
What is the
that.
context?
So,
Reading it
so
without the
basically-
context.
The context is after you use the bathroom, make sure that someone licks your hand.
So he said, do not wipe your hands. So basically, you're not supposed to wash your hands. You have to have it licked. You gotta lick your fingers when you got some, little bit of itty bitty fruit bits, and then somebody else.
How did we get here?
So do you want to lick my fingers? That's the question. Nishan, would you like to lick my fingers? Because I had to lick Imam's fingers just so they could teach me this hadith when I was back in Islamic school, and it was really, really nasty. It was like
Oh my God, you had to lick your mom's fingers?
Yes.
Like you
Yes.
just to
You probably
or
he's
lick
just
them?
lying. He's just making up
No.
stuff. His mom probably enjoyed
And the phoenix has rised.
Is this why you left Islam?
His favorite part of the
One
day.
of the reasons, it was pretty freaking humiliating.
Like, what was the final turnoff after
He
licking
touched
your
inside
mom's
his
fingers?
butthole, then he gave it
Skinny
a
butthole.
well,
The turnoffs were far more serious than what I'm actually showing to you right now.
Can you tell us?
Of course, the turnoff has to be.
Wait, let him talk. I'm not asking you. Go ahead.
Well, the biggest turnoff for me was when I remember the first time when I got turned off was when I actually was in a courtroom. I was studying to be a public judge. I was behind a judge, and there was a father-in-law and a son-in-law who took him to court. And the reason why he took him to court is because the father-in-law had 8 daughters, okay? And her youngest daughter was about 3 years old, right? And her youngest daughter was 3 years old. And
Stop interrupting.
it works in the way that it works in Islamic world. If you have a lot of daughters, you're going to be making what they call mehab, which is the dowry money, right? So you're going to be making a lot of money, right? And the earlier the younger they are, the more expensive it is, right? And so this merchant guy, who was a textile merchant, was he kind of forced him into marrying his daughter so he could get that money. And I don't know if you know, farmers have a lot of debts to pay in those areas, especially when you come from a poor family. So they keep churning their wives and having a lot of children because of that. And what happens is that this guy, this son-in-law, says, I don't know if I'm going to marry a 3-year-old daughter. They said, why? Why don't you? It's halal. It's according to Islam, and that's true. You can marry a 3-year-old daughter and consummate it. And he said, but I don't know if I could fit it in. I want to have sex on my wedding night, And by this time, he already has 3 wives. This is going to be her 4th wife, okay? So his 4th wife. And he says, don't worry. If she dies from your penetration on your wedding night, then we will write it on the marriage contract that if she dies, I'll give your money back. And I'll ensure that I fatten her up, because Aisha was actually fattened up by cucumber and dates before sending to Muhammad so she could take the penetration, according to the Sunnah, right? So that's exactly what happened. So once got married and consummated the marriage, she died. She died on his wedding night.
The 3-year-old?
Yes. And I thought they were coming over here, and I thought they were coming here because he was about to go to jail. Like, no, that wasn't the reason. He's not actually being tried for killing a little girl. He was being tried. The father-in-law was being tried for actually not paying back the money. That's the reason why he was in court. And I asked the judge, and I said to him, nobody's going to ask a question as to why this little girl has been killed. Like, she's been flattened. I saw the coroner report. Her ribs were literally flattened. Okay? And it says there's no reason to, because they've already signed a contract. They already knew what they were getting themselves into. That's Sunnah right there.
That is so
And I
fucking
didn't.
The tragedy is that in Bishal, you were taught this as a child and you don't even know anymore. You're the actual Palestinian in this room because you're brain dead from the Hindu perspective. If you did not learn this at age 2 or 3, in the Hindu world, you're brain dead.
And here's another thing. I didn't get out of my dorm that day for 3 days. I was shivering after what I saw. Okay? So, and
Was this in the United States?
No, this was not in the United States. It was in the Middle East. So the thing is that
What country?
I'm not going to say what country. Are you trying to dox me?
No, I just want to know what country. I mean, I'm not going to dox you.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what country.
He doesn't want to get killed. I got you. Go ahead.
I was doxed here before because someone actually recognized my voice and they called my employer. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And so that's
By your country?
Well,
That's crazy. I don't know that you can get known by your employer by your country.
No, his voice.
Well, no, it is my voice.
What does that have to do with what country you're from? I don't understand.
Because I mentioned what country, and there's only
It's very hard to fake a
each
voice.
country in
Voice,
Middle East.
voice involves voice skins. Voice skins are not cheap. Good voice skins involve accent training. Like I can do
No
a
one's trying to talk to him. I have nothing against this guy. Like, I don't
No,
know.
his English is perfect. It's usually a problem when you have perfect English that you have to do a voice skin because I can put on a redneck accent. I can put on I can put on posh British accent. I can put on Joe Biden's aspirational accent where he's basically brain dead, and then Donald Trump's way of speaking is really boring. But Netanyahu, I have to tell you, is the only form of English that is civilized in the modern.
No, the thing is that because of he recognized my voice, but I wasn't sure until I said which country I went to university in. Then he put two and two together. It's like, yep, that's that guy.
Oh my
Yeah, no,
God.
I wasn't trying to do that. I just was curious to like where this happened.
Where it goes on. The 3-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, I feel like I've seen this in some Middle Eastern movies, but not that young. Like, I thought their age was 6, and 6 is disgusting. But
And
3?
No. Yeah. According to Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, which is basically the guy who did the grading system in hadith, that's his sahih, da'if and all that, weak hadith or strong hadith. That guy says you can marry a grown man can marry a little girl even if she's in the cradle, like she's like 1 day old basically. So it's allowed for you to marry even a 1 day old if you want to.
But basically, I would say Vishal is so brain dead he does not even know that today is Shabbat, that is Friday, and it is that Friday.
Today is Juma, right?
No, it is Shabbat Shalom in the East Coast. Shabbat. Shabbat is actually Sabbath, a Saturday. Or I'm actually confused myself about it. I don't try to ask too much, but Friday, Saturday, it is an important day in the Jewish calendar.
So, Phoenix, so now you left and you came to America, and is that like, you
I was born and raised. I was born and raised here.
Phoenix, do you know Musab Hassan Youssef? You know him?
The Green Prince, yes.
Good. Yeah. So you know about him?
I went to university not far from here where he actually gave a talk to a far leftist guy. And so yeah, and I went to that university and I got a ticket to see it. I don't know if you guys saw the video on when he was in UCLA. And he was sitting down with an actual hostage and a far leftist leader, and was trying to convince him that he has no idea what the hell he's talking about, and the fact that he thinks that reading the history of Palestine, and he's the guy who actually lived it, and doesn't realize what he's talking about is sheer utter nonsense. And the guy sitting right next to him, he's like, the books write about him, about what happened, and the information that is gotten about the narrative is from him. Yet they don't realize that. Like, he's sitting right there in terms of who. I mean, literally, Hamas started in his bedroom, next to his bedroom. He was sitting down with his father. He saw it. He saw when the forming of Hamas happened. So,
Hamas was formed in a bedroom?
in his bedroom.
No, Vishal, I don't know why you're turning this into something that you don't understand. You are Hamas in this case. We are trying to get you to see reason, but you're making yourself more Hamas. You are what is called a Hamasaki. Hamasaki in English means that you are like a kamikaze Hamasi person. Hamasaki means that you're so brain dead that you don't even know the difference between Arabic and Japanese. You don't understand watashi wa eigo no sensei janai desu and ijtihad. So you are a Hamasaki.
Are you the TikTok guy who goes around asking people to speak in their language and then you try to communicate with them in their language, Andrew?
Why would he tell you?
Okay, Phoenix, I have an observation to make. As far as I know, disdain for a particular cult is always born out of personal experience rather than mere observation. So, did you have any personal experience? I mean, did you have any lived bad experience in Islamic culture?
I just told you what that experience was.
But that was your observation. I mean, did you suffer personally?
No, he was home for 3 days not suffering, right? Did you hear a word he said?
I think Islam is the most disgusting religion to our planet.
Shut up, too.
So Phoenix, I just have two more questions here. So you, after you came to America, you ended up leaving the religion altogether? Like, were you
Not
done?
before I punched. Not before I punched my dad in the face. No.
So you don't talk to your parents anymore?
No, I do now. But it was. I did.
Not before he claimed his advisor.
Quiet, Vishal. I'm not talking to you. Go ahead.
I was born and raised here, dude. If you were paying attention, my father is Middle Eastern, my mom is American.
No, I wasn't here for that part. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm not an asylum seeker or whatnot. Do I even sound like I'm an asylum seeker?
Not at all. Not at all. I was just wondering how you're like. Are you an atheist now? Did you choose another religion? Are you over religion? Like,
I'm looking at other religions. In fact, one that made me a very staunch Israeli supporter. I took a challenge from one of the Israeli youth organizations in one of the universities while I was studying. Because he says, there are people who actually pay people to actually go and, like Israeli delegates pay other people to actually go and visit Israel because of a lot of anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli. So I was like, really? Yeah. Like, you have full pay? It's like, yeah, they do that all the time. There are organizations who do that. It's like, well, free trip for me. If you can get me, then sure. And I thought I was kidding. Like, literally, I was just kidding. I thought he would never do it. But he came back and says, yeah, we're ready for you if you want. And if you go there, you can just sign up and we'll get your first ticket in 2 weeks' time. Where we're having a group tour and free accommodation for 2 weeks. And we'll take you everywhere. And I was surprised. And I took it, of course, at first. I didn't think about it in any way, shape, or form. I was just going to go to the sites that, well, my parents can go in terms of Al-Aqsa and all that sort of stuff. But when the tours that they took, I started to understand Israel. And the first thing, as soon as I actually arrived in the airport, I thought because I've been at these universities, they tell you apartheid, right? And I'm thinking, okay, they're going to have a place where you have a place for like Jews to drink water from, and then everybody else, like the Goyim, and all that sort of stuff, right? So I had no idea. As soon as I was there, I'm like, shit. I was greeted by an Arab Israeli. It's like, what do you mean Arab Israeli? You mean Palestinians? Like, well, we're Arab Israelis now, and we come from that. We're the same people. And I was like, wait, are you telling me you guys have like equal citizenships? Yeah. And this was the first guy who actually stamped my visa to come inside at the border. So I was like, okay, that completely changed my mind. That was the first time I said, okay, no apartheid here. Okay, that was like first thing, And everywhere I go, Israelis and Arabs are citizens. Everywhere I go, Israelis and Arabs are eating food and everything. Yes, there is a bit of like tension between the two because I see that Israelis are far more educated than the Arabs, and the Arabs families don't actually send their kids to college. Most of them, especially the women. I realize that, and I see that they haven't lost their Islamic identity in that case, which is a degeneracy. And those who actually break away from that mold are allowed to break because there's nobody on top of them like a Islamic government that actually tells them that no, you're supposed to force your females into not going into universities, and that's why we see all these different Arab women who are actually serving in the military, serving as paramedics, serving in the army, and I've met IDF soldiers who are Arabs, males and females. Quite surprised, and I talked to them like in my own language in Arabic, and I said, what made you? Did you get any backlash from your family or extended family? Like, yes, we always do, but the thing is that they don't run the government, so we can do whatever we want. If
Palestine right now, we couldn't be doing half the stuff that I'm an engineer, and I'm studying, and I'm actually owning my own house, and my father can't tell me nothing about it, And I get to have a high quality man the way that I want to do it, rather than them actually, arranging my marriage. And I was like, fantastic. Only in Israel we could do that. No other place we could.
Because Israel, people don't realize that Arabs are literally in the Knesset. If you want to see the rights that Arabs have in Israel, you can turn on the fucking TV. You can go to YouTube and ask for Knesset recordings. It's like the British fucking House of Commons. They do it in fucking public. They argue and they make up all the time when the Arabs are interested in peace. If the Arabs are not interested in peace, do not even start. It is an algorithm. It is like fucking Monopoly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And they show it every day on TV, but people are retarded, like the show.
And then there was one eye-opening moment, is because I had extended family members in Jenin, and I actually went to Jenin by myself, of course, not with the delegate. And one of my cousins got married in Jenin. And so I went there, and they would sit down, and we were eating. And
By the way, going to Jenin is easy. The hard part is coming back.
Yeah. And the thing is, this was done like what, 4 years ago. Anyways, but in any case, I went through the checkpoints and everything, and so we were watching Outputs TV in the living room, and we were talking about family and all that sort of stuff. And then I said, "What do you think about Israelis?" And they would curse and all that sort of stuff and all that blah 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 curse. And then I saw, and then he said, "Oh, by the way, my son is going to Israel tomorrow, and he can take you back to your place." I said, "Hang on, what are you guys talking about?" And he said, "Well, they get a visa supposedly to actually go and to basically work." And I said, "You're complaining about the Israelis, and then you go and work with these guys? Like, what the actual, like, what's going on here? Like, and I said, how could you do this? I mean, aren't you guys seen as traitors? Like, hey, it is what it is. But as soon as we can get out of the mold, then we'll do it. And in the meantime, we gotta find a way. So we're just trying to wait and bide our time until we find a way. And so we just spread the word secretly, and we say we want the destruction of Israel and all that sort of stuff. But and they quoted a very famous Islamic scholar, Abu Darda, which is, "We smile on their faces where our hearts curse them." And so we're just following the Sunnah in this regard, right? And so I was like, "You're fine." And that's one of the reasons why I realized, okay, Islam makes you the most professional hypocrite that you can possibly imagine, right? And so when I was driving with my distant cousin to back to Israel, and I said, "Do you actually agree with everything your parents say?" I was like, "No, I'm an atheist." And I was like, "Hey, so am I." So I realized that the second generation are completely detached from their family members, and that's a good thing.
It's a good thing in cultures where the TFR is high. So this is why somebody kept bringing up Nigeria. Like in places like in Nigeria, like literally 15-year-olds have kids. So when you say second generation, that means like you could be age 45 and you could be a grandpa in Nigeria. I'm just saying, like when you say, you have to quantify that.
Yeah, I don't know what TFR is.
Total fertility rate.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's good is that the next generation are not buying this BS anymore in those regions. And so I get to see that all the time. But there are people who are, like, let's say, if they're going into the government system, those those are the ones who always get radicalized, and the people don't distrust them completely because they know what that means. That means their suffering will continue, right? As long as you have one person who actually joins Fatah, so the PA, and they know that their oppression is alive and well. But the problem is they still have this idea, like the idea is not gone, that they want to conquer Israeli land. That still exists in their mind. But the idea of, let's say, that all Jews are the same in terms of that they need to be eliminated, I'd say probably it's half and half. In those territories, in the Judean Samaria area.
But I'm talking about Haifa. Can you explain Haifa? Haifa is where it is by definition mixed. Explain a simple one. Don't worry about the complex one.
Haifa's the same thing. Haifa's the same thing.
I've never been to these places, bro. I've never been to these places.
By the way, your Mount Carmel is absolutely beautiful. I didn't know there was a religion called the Baha'i Faith until I actually went there. So
It's only famous in India because of a vast temple called the Lotus Temple, and it's actually a criminal religion in the country of origin, Iran. It is a categorically criminal religion in the country of origin.
Yeah.
The Baha'i, you would only know about it if you were Indian, Israeli, or Iranian, because it is criminal. It is a crime in the country for almost the most confusing reasons. You would have to be a theological scholar.
I actually so after that I actually did study, and my goodness, what an amazing mission statement they have. I have not only 2 blocks away from me there's a Baha'i Center, and I go there every now and then for when they have they open their doors to the public, and of course I just take their food and run away. But hey, I still at least sit down and try to hear what they have to say. I love their mission statement. Their mission statement is blessed is he who takes pride. Blessed is not he who takes pride in his own country. Blessed is he who takes pride in all mankind. The earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens. That is a great vision statement of theirs, and it's beautiful. I think it's fantastic, and
still you're Islamophobic. That doesn't make sense.
But I think it's very naive that the way that they approach things, very, very naive, and that's problematic in itself.
So Baha'i is known to be more criminal in Iran than Zoroastrianism, because Zoroastrians are not
criminals.
What I meant to say is Baha'is.
And will you let him complete, please?
No, I'm just saying in an Islamic society that is of relevance, which is Iran in this case, not Israel, not India, they are considered by definition the naive of the two. The good of the two is actually Zoroastrianism in Iran. They only criminalize the Baha'i because they're even worse. They're naive. Iran exists to eliminate Zoroastrianism from its past because that is what the Prophet Muhammad would have wanted. But it cannot eliminate it first without first eliminating the Baha'i, because the Baha'i are so naive. It's like they're dealing with people like Bashar, retarded.
Andrew, are you religious? Andrew, are you religious? All religions are stupid, isn't it?
So what I was trying to say is that if you actually look at the Islamic world, the Baha'is anywhere that the Baha'is are, they're actually being persecuted. It's not just Iran. They're being persecuted in Afghanistan, UAE, Qatar. Qatar, they pretty much kicked them all out. Kuwait, they kicked them all out. Saudi Arabia, they kicked them all out. Yemen, they're being persecuted. There are a lot of prisoners there. Egypt, they tried persecuting them, but then the cops came into the rescue, or at least they were taken to court because they were trying to get rid of the religious cards where they have the names of each person's religion on it, and they were going to take away the other, which would have affected Egyptian Baha'is. So they took them to court, and it exploded from there. But Libya, there are no Baha'is there in Libya.
There are no Baha'is in Mauritania. They kicked them all out. In fact, some of them were even killed. Algeria, there's still Baha'is there. Morocco, there's still Baha'is there. But they're not allowed to, like, proselytize or talk about their faith. Where else? Yeah, I mean, all these, even Indonesia and Malaysia, the Baha'is are being, like, heavily persecuted. There's no exact Muslim majority country that actually is not.
Phoenix, did your Muslim dad beat you up as a kid?
Well, you should ask your mother about it.
Oh, you said that you started hating Islam because of your father. That's why.
Vishal,
When did I say that?
I don't think you realize that a Muslim father can have a child with a Jewish woman and have the child be both Islamic and Jewish at the same time. Have you heard of Imran Khan in Pakistan? Imran Khan's children could be claimed as Jews or they could be claimed as Muslims according to Islamic law. You are asking the worst question, always.
So here's.
I'm more interested in knowing your personal story, Phoenix.
I don't give a shit about my personal story. I'm not here to entertain you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
So in any case, what I'm trying to tell you, first of all, I've traveled the world, and thank goodness that I have. And the ideas that I have is because I've traveled the world. And once you get to know the world better, and you get to see the evils of the world, you get to start to have more ideas as to who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. It's easier to discern when you actually travel outside your norms and understand other people's cultures and what happens when the cultures that you are propagating in your own country are now the majority in other countries and how things are formed. And then you'll see who are the oppressed and who are not oppressed. And soon you'll start forming real ideologies that would actually be much more resilient, vigilant, and more to justice. And not the kind of justice that, the perverse justice that we're talking about that is in the Quran. I'm talking about the actual justice.
Why did you punch your dad, Phoenix?
Because my father was the one who actually made me go to this university, and he knew exactly what I was getting into.
So in Vishal's case, there's a famous joke he's alluding to, which is that, are you a madrasi, which means a guy from a place called Chennai, or are you like a madrasa? Madrasa is an Islamic school. This is the dumbest joke.
What are you on about? Okay, so Phoenix, that explains your hatred for us. Oh no, I'm not Indian.
What are you?
I mean, I am Indian, but I don't like calling myself Indian.
Are you from IITM? That is a very good place. They still call it Madras.
Wait,
They still call it Madras in IIT Madras.
I don't associate myself with any place, Phoenix.
So you're like a wanderer of the world?
Yeah. A global citizen, yeah.
No, global citizen means fucking gypsy. Just say it out loud and proud you're a gypsy.
Yeah, I'm a proud gypsy.
No. If you could just say you're a gypsy, it would solve all the problems. You claim that you have any knowledge about Jews, but you're actually a gypsy. This is literally Hitler had to deal with this problem because this is literally how.
By the way,
I'm telling you for the purpose of your the Holocaust started when Hitler first went for basically the community of gypsies. Then he went for.
you're not supposed to say Hitler when you're amongst Jews.
No, you are confused because I'm telling you the sequence. It started as brown stars.
Say H. Don't say Hitler, say H.
Okay, brown stars went to gypsies. The pink stars went to anybody who was an LGBT person. And then the yellow stars went to Jews. You are absolutely confused about everything. And I think, again, you should always pick the brown star because you are a gypsy. If you're trying to say you're a stateless, do not pick. The gypsy does not mean Palestine. The idea that you are trying to claim this is you.
All I know is Bibi Netanyahu is a bigger terrorist than Hitler.
You don't know much, my friend.
Hi Daniel, how are you today?
Okay.
How's your...
You know,
Isn't he though?
good bad in your world, and vice versa.
I mean, killing innocent is bad in all countries.
No, it is because in
Sound value system.
Tamil Nadu, in Sri Lanka, if you turn it upside down, if you turn it from a teardrop,
I don't know what this guy is talking about.
this guy is from Sri Lanka. I knew this guy was from Sri Lanka. Yes, I knew he was from Sri Lanka.
Vishal, let me ask you a question. Yeah, hello. So I come with a gun, yeah, and I surrounded myself with 4 children, and I'm shooting at your children or someone from your family. What will you do?
I'll shoot you, but I won't shoot your children.
No.
I'll never
You
do
cannot.
that.
You cannot. I'm hiding. I'm actually the children. I force them to lay down on me, and I'm a sniper. They lay down on me physically. So you have to kill them in order to kill me. There's no other option.
Brother,
Or you want to save the children and kill your children. What do you think?
brother Swiftly, is it that simplistic?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Can you answer the question?
I'm saying I've never
It's
killed
very
children.
simple, Vishal. The idea of wars, and unfortunately, like if the Hamas, your friends, whatever, I don't know what is your relationship status, fires a rocket from a tent, then Hamas is the one risking anyone around it. You cannot expect Israel to just sit by and let Palestinians fly rockets at Israel, and Israel cannot take those rockets down just because they're surrounding with their own people. That doesn't make any sense, dude.
And very shortly after.
Hold on. Let me just finish.
Okay.
And people like you are the reason that Palestinians are dying. People like you are the reason, the incentive that Hamas and all those barbarics have to sacrifice those people, because people like you will blame Israel. So the more death in Gaza, the better. Great for the cause. So just so you know, those people die exactly because of people like you.
No, Daniel. Daniel, I have a theory.
Vishal,
Tell me what you think about it.
You copy one of
You like your voice, Andrew.
No, it's not my voice. Odnimiri Purohitam. A Rajapaksa plan for the total destruction of Hamas. Do you understand that basically you were Tamil Elam, the liberation
Yeah,
tigers?
but tell me something, Andrew.
And you were trying to copy
Why do you
Hamas.
like your voice so much?
Because you have lied. You have lied about your Tamil. You're Tamil, but you were trying to Hamas. You're Tamil era. Liberation tigers, the Tamil era.
Oh, you're the Tamil as well, is it?
Tamil, only fans, only fans. Oh,
What the
fuck?
This guy is a Google Translate, Daniel. This guy is funny. This guy is the TikTok guy who goes around asking people to speak in your language, and then.
But you said that your language was Indian. You didn't say your language was Tamil.
No, I did not say my language was Indian. Did you assume that my language was Indian?
You said your name is Vishal.
So?
So I told you from the beginning that I told him from the beginning, if you're going to put this Palestinian flag, you're going to say you're needy. You should have put a Sri Lankan flag if you're Tamil.
No, but I have a theory, Daniel. Tell me what you think about this. I think this war in Palestine is a larger, is a part of a larger strategy to get rid of the Red Sea as a important transport line and to build an alternate transport line, because the cost of conducting trade through Red Sea is becoming costly for the West, basically, and they want to build a direct connecting line from Asia, Middle East to Europe, and that would be a multimodal line including roadways and a seaway, and then the road will continue to connect Europe, and Palestine is just on the way. So it's basically maturing of the capitalist structure. What do you think about this?
That sounds like it came straight from
I think
Kamala
that
Harris.
I'm really surprised at how you people like really don't think you just kind of repeat nonsense bullshit stuff that don't make sense, are not true, and you know it kind of shows that you don't know anything about history. Like so,
But it has nothing to do with your religion, Daniel.
I didn't say the word religion. I said history.
I mean, it has nothing to do with your history or culture or anything. It has just to do with maturing of a capitalist.
It has to do with facts and history.
Has everything to do with capitalism.
It has to do with facts and with the retards like you that don't follow those facts. Israel left Gaza.
Calling me retard. Okay.
Israel left Gaza in 2005. Are you aware of this?
Israel led Gaza into... Yes.
We had people living there. Gush Katif it was called. We had Jews living there. We have Jews buried there. And we left Gaza in 2005. Fact number one.
No,
Fact
that
number
matters
two.
today, Daniel. What matters today
Because
is
because your retarded brain thinks that there is a plan to take over Gaza, but you cannot really compute why we left Gaza if we want to take over Gaza.
It's not
Okay?
It's not about you. It's not about Israel. It's
No, he
about
thinks
the
this is
Western
a
world.
Everything,
America.
literally
Israel is nothing. Israel is a pawn.
Second of all,
everything in my boils down to chess. They don't know how to
Israel
act.
is irrelevant.
Second of all, the war started after Hamas committed a massacre, took hostages, and is still holding hostages. And if you are too retarded,
None of that matters, Daniel.
slow, or ignorant to follow what is happening, and you need to create a fake, imaginary idea that will justify why you are supporting the Nazis over our days, then enjoy yourself. But the reality is spitting you in your face, and you say it's rain, and you make an assumption that it's rain that is made by a fucking idea of Israel to create like a new canal and create money.
Basically, Bishop
it's reality spitting you in your face, Richard.
Bishop thinks the world is not round. Bishop thinks the world a globe is flat.
There are terrorists that took hostages, barbaric, inhumane ideology that is like cancer, that was not only that committed this crime on 7th and 8th of October, they have been indoctrinating the Gaza population for the last 2 decades. So those are the people that celebrated the lynching of Jews by hand, that will call their parents and say, Mom, I killed 10 Jews and the mother will be happy. Those are children that when you interview them at the age of 4 and you ask them what you want to be, they say, I want to be an engineer. But when they mean engineer, it's mehandes. It means the guy that builds bombs. So Vishal, this ideology that you are here defending is the wrong one. And in order to defend your lack of morals, you need to create this elaborate conspiracy theory about something that doesn't happen, that might happen, that doesn't exist, because you cannot face reality. And that we are dealing with human barbarics, and we need to kill them.
Daniel, do you live in Israel or do you live in US?
I'm living your thought 24/7. Not only me, every single Israeli
Nicht verstehen,
lives in your
der kann
24/7 rent free.
So are you going through all this stuff?
Bishop, you're basically on your period. Please get off your menstruation.
Stop.
You're on your period again. Please stop it.
Pajit, you stupid Pajit, stop.
Also, kannst du mir verstehen, Bishop? Kannst du jetzt verstehen oder muss ich
Daniel,
aufhören?
please ask this Pajit to stop.
Also, Vishal, are you on your period or what muss ich
Are you a Pajit?
Yeah.
Are you a
Was ist
Pajit?
los? Was sprichst du? Hörst du?
Do you like lingam?
Andrew is a Pajit.
Do you like yoni or lingam?
Lingam. I like Yoni. Harry.
Yeah, right.
I have a lingam.
You like lingam.
I I have a lingam. I like yoni. Harry, are you religious? Do you believe your book is word of God?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. Do you consider yourself stupid?
Vishal always goes in the same circle. He goes from Jordan to trans Jordan. So we started off Vishal as a man, but he's gone to trans.
All religions are
So
stupid.
basically, Vishal started off as a man, but he's a trans man now. So he's a trans man usually he's on his period.
Trans man.
He's, every month, yeah, he's a trans man, and now you're on
No,
your
I'm
period.
an ally of LGBTQ, but I'm not a trans man. I'm a straight man.
No, you have a menstrual cycle.
How can you be a supporter of Islam and then be a supporter of LGBTQ? Doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
not a supporter of Islam.
Yeah, you are. Don't lie.
No. Islam is a religion. How can I be a supporter of religion when I'm an atheist?
You could be a supporter of religion. You say, I support this religion.
No, I can be supporter of cause. I can't be supporter of religion when I'm an atheist.
Of course you can.
Daft. Harry.
I don't believe you're really an atheist.
No, I am an atheist. Test me.
I don't test you because you're just gonna take your answers and make sure you modify them to all my questions, but I do believe that you're a Muslim.
No, but I'm saying, Harry, you should have, sympathy and empathy in your heart. You just can't, let yourself be an inhuman animal. You have to protect the humanness in you. The world wants you to be a terrorist. But you should resist being a terrorist. Am I the last man standing?
But I'm not a terrorist, Vishal. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Or you have the tendency to become a one?
Everybody has a tendency to become one. Just like everybody has a tendency to become a billionaire. Same thing. No difference.
Yeah. Just take care of yourself. Think about your parents when you ever think
Right,
of
what?
going and bombing poor Palestinians.
Aw, they're so poor. Aw.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to help them?
You were never raised to be a terrorist.
What are you gonna do to help them, Vishal?
Oh.
Huh? How are you gonna help the poor Palestinians?
I'm sending them money every month.
Oh yeah?
Oh yes.
And what are they doing with money if they have no banks there? What is the money gonna do for them there?
Oh, you bomb their banks as well?
They don't have banks in the first place. They didn't have banks even before the
They
war.
had banks.
Oh yeah? How do you know?
Yeah. I have a Palestinian friend.
Yeah, what's the name of the bank?
I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, because I don't know any Palestinian banks.
Oh, they have a bank.
Oh yeah?
Unless you bomb their bank as well.
Oh yeah, we bombed all of Gaza.
You sure did?
Yeah, well that's what happened. It's not our country.
Are you
Very proud of
it?
it. Yes, I'm very proud of it.
Are you proud of killing kids?
I'm gonna kill whoever I need to kill. I don't care.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Do you have kids?
They came into our country and killed our kids.
Are you married?
And you know what? I don't care. I have no remorse for people that want to be terrorists.
How old are you, Harry?
What does it matter how old I am?
Are you married? Do you have kids?
I'm married and no, I don't have kids.
Oh. But if you have kids in future, how are you gonna look them in their eyes?
Oh, I'll look them right in the eyes and tell them, listen, if you're a terrorist, I don't care if you're alive or dead. Yeah. Just like that, Vishal. It's that easy.
I still believe that you have chances of reforming yourself and getting back to normal society. Like and live like normal human beings. We don't have to go down this rabbit hole.
But we do, and it'll be even better once there's no more Palestinians in Gaza.
Oh my god, this terrorist.
I know. Such a terrorist for defending my country.
Defending your country.
Yeah.
Daniel, my friend, is here.
Did you see the link above, Vishal? Did you even click on the link and see what... Yeah, exactly. So, don't talk to me.
It says the graphic content website. The website contains extremely difficult to watch
Yeah.
from the terrible massacre carried out by Hamas. Oh my god, really?
Yeah, go ahead, look at that. Look at to see what your poor Palestinians are doing, or did.
Are these videos or pictures?
Pictures. Very graphic.
Are these pictures, are they real pictures? Or they're just photo edited?
Of course they're real pictures. How would they not be real pictures? I don't understand.
A lot of time are fake.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's used to seeing the fake ones from Gaza, you're right.
If they will see how people really look, then they will understand. Maybe they will understand why we are fighting.
Exactly.
They burn the bodies?
Yeah. That's not even the worst thing that's happened.
You know what they did? They took the victim's phone and then they opened Facebook Live and they broadcast to their friends and family how they massacre them.
There's videos in here too. They're gunning people down while they're driving on the road, pull their bodies out of the car. I mean, it's like the most brutal shit ever. And you're concerned about some propaganda shit that you saw on the internet about Palestinian kids dying because probably Hamas is killing themselves.
I can't see these pictures anymore. Oh my god, I just had my dinner.
Vishal, in the last 2 years, have you seen one photo where you can see with your eyes an IDF soldier shooting a civilian? One such video or image?
I don't remember.
The answer is no.
But the war should end, Daniel. It's dragged on for too long.
Yes, the war
I
should
think
end.
I think at this point it's not even about 7 October or 7 October, right?
It is. This is why if you look at the videos, maybe you will understand that it is.
I mean, there's even some videos. Go ahead, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, I just want to remind you that we still have hostages there, and the war will not end until we get every last one of them, of the 48 that we have there, dead and or alive. We want them back.
And the Hamas surrenders and puts all their weapons down. Also.
This is, I think, the plan, the 21 plan.
Are there any Hamas left in Palestine?
Yes,
How do you know?
because they're holding our hostages, you dumb fuck.
Exactly.
Will they still have the hostages?
You just said.
No, hold on, let me check. Yeah, they still have 48 hostages. And they're still negotiating this end of the fucking so-called genocide. Have you heard of people that are being genocided and are negotiating for 2 years the end of that?
Tell me something.
Make
Why
genocide?
do they still have hostages?
Because they're a terrorist organization and they hold hostages because this is their only leverage, and it makes Israel go fight the war, and the more Israel fight the war, the more idiots around the world condemn Israel for fighting this just and moral and humane war.
It keeps them alive longer,
So it's
pretty
all
much.
about those 48 hostages.
Hamas gave back the hostages right away, they'd be done. They'd be done very quickly.
So are you trying to tell me that this is all about those 48 hostages? That's it?
It was like this from day one. We said it from day one.
No, it's not about it's not just about the hostages, it's about also what happened on October 7th, because they got taken on October 7th. So yes, it's about that, and it's about the retaliation for what happened. Yeah, we took out key infrastructure for Hamas, where they were producing weapons,
Listen, I'm pretty sure.
and key people who planned this whole October 7th that should have faced justice.
Okay, I'm pretty sure more IDF soldiers might have, like more than 48 IDF soldiers might have died in this war, right?
You are
What
correct.
does that
More
even
than
make
900
sense then?
total. So first of all, there were 250 hostages when we started the war.
You lose 250 people to say 48?
Yes.
How does that make sense?
Called justice. It's called what's right.
Okay.
It means, listen, I want to understand. Let's say your family was taken hostage, okay? Would you say like, okay, and the guy that is holding them is like, shooting everywhere, and he would say like, guys, police, forget about it. I don't want you to risk yourselves. Let him slaughter my family. It's okay. No, the idea of an army is to protect the civilians, okay? In our world, okay? In the Palestinian world, it's the other way around. In the Palestinian world, the civilians are protecting the army. But normally, the army and the police and all those security forces,
I think Daniel, you should pull up Z. I think he might have something to say. He might know something more than me because
Z is a she, by the way.
We know who she is, Shaw.
oh, you know him.
It's her. She's a jihadist terrorist on
You
the
know
map.
her.
And that wants to spread jihad everywhere.
Yeah. She has a different ideology. She's not about like the Israeli-Palestinian kind of. She's more like Islam is basically like the Houthis. Like death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews, victory to Islam. More like victory to Islam. It's about like the Islamic conquer, the Islamic supremacy. This is more her mindset, less about the Palestinian. For people like her, are like, well, for most people, are like just a tool, a weapon, in order to attack the Jews, in order to turn Israel into Arabic or Muslim land.
Diabolical.
What?
Their plan. It's diabolical.
They don't see it. This is the problem for her. I don't think she thinks that she's doing something wrong. She actually thinks that she's, doing like the prophecy, the religion, whatever nonsense she believes in, okay? But she actually believes it. She doesn't think that she's on the wrong side.
The caliphate will rise again.
Yeah, she believes that this is like, I don't know, her God-given life from thousands of years ago.
Like the Confederate States in the South. Hold out hope.
I don't know. No, it's more than this. It's a religious thing. There is no logic there.
There's no logic in the Confederates saying that they're still going to win either.
Oh, okay.
But I think, Daniel, in the grand scheme of things, Israel doesn't matter either. It's irrelevant. It's basically the Western powers who are trying to establish like the supremacy in this part of the world. Not supremacy, but control in this part of the world.
Do you feel smart when you say those words that don't mean anything? Or like, is there like a deep thought behind it?
Oh, there is a deep thought behind this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because, you see, people don't want these things to settle. People don't want this war to end. There are Jewish people, like maybe like yourself as well, who are gaining out of this war, right? Who are there's a big economy that's
What gaining what?
like gaining always.
Listen, dude. Are you Muslim?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm not sure what's your deal. The facts are very obvious.
He thinks too many people are dying. It's what every human on the planet thinks, Daniel. You shouldn't be surprised when people want other people to stop dying. That should never surprise you. You should never be like, what? You want the death to stop? What's wrong with this crazy?
This is not what he's saying.
This is exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 hours.
You're not listening, Daniel. You're thinking too much of, like, the actual conversation.
No. This is not what he was saying. Everybody
This is exactly what I was saying, Daniel, for the last 2 years. Thank you, Max. But Daniel, let me finish. Just give me 2 minutes. I don't spend time on social media, right? I spend time in real
No,
world.
you were talking about me benefiting from it and the Jews are benefiting from it. You were
Well, that
spreading
was just a
nonsense,
part.
and before that you were talking about that you want to take over Gaza to take over the canal. Don't tell me bullshit that you were just. I'm calling for peace and like people stop dying. Of course, no one likes war. War is horrible. Wow, you're such an amazing thinker. So progressive. Wow. People die
And
bad.
still,
Such a
it's difficult
moral
for
high
people
ground.
to. And
Wow,
still,
your parents did
it's
such a
difficult
good
for.
job teaching you this
Listen,
war is
and
bad.
yes, that's such a basic thing, but still people feel. I mean, it's still difficult for people to to.
Do you think
understand
that those hostages should be is a worthy cause? I think this is basically the difference. You basically said that it's not worth it. Okay, just forget about it. And I think this is where we differ. For us, we think that it's worth it, and it's us that is risking our life, and it's us that is like living it. So we decide that it's worth it to fight for those people for many reasons. First of all,
No, but Daniel, that's exactly the point, right? Vishal's opinion, which is shared by most of the world, is that it isn't worth it, which has always been the opinion of everyone whenever the Jews were assaulted in some massacre or another. The very premise of Israel is we give a shit. We will fight to stop death of Jews. Everyone should take notice because look, this is exactly what happens every time. Everyone says, "Oh, what can we do? The Jews are far away. They're under someone else's control. There's nothing we can do to help them." And now, like the Jews can't help themselves. You're like, "Oh, the Jews should stop. Enough Jews died. It's all done." Well, listen, guys. If you want to protect your Jews, you are welcome to do it. Until then, we have the IDF.
Exactly. The world likes to pity the Jews, but when Jews defend themselves, they don't know how to eat it.
Because, like Vishal said, they're just not worth it.
Yes, they don't worth it. But for what? They
I did not
don't.
say that mindset.
No, you literally said that it's not worth it and the soldiers are gonna die.
I'm saying, I did not say that. I'm just saying, it's not about the, the, the hostages anymore. This is what I feel. It's more than that.
No, it's just because you wanna justify yourself. If it's not about the hostages anymore, then Hamas should release the hostages and prove that you are right. But until then, we tell you that the hostages matter. They matter so much that Hamas knows it. This is why Hamas doesn't release them for more than 2 years, despite the fact that they are crying genocide, despite the fact that Gaza is nearly all destroyed. So maybe Hamas disagrees with you. Maybe you can tell them that the hostages don't matter. Tell them that Israel doesn't care about them and that they should release them. And then Israel will have zero legitimacy to continue this war. But they don't do it. So until then, we will continue this war. Thank you for your understanding.
Yeah.
Thank you for participating in this conversation.
No, it's just, it's very simple. Hamas laid out a very basic, foundational, like universally agreed to moral principle of fighting the enemies that have kidnapped your brothers and fellow citizens, right? They want this. They want all of this attack. They want the Gazans to starve. That's why they steal the food. They want Gaza to be turned to rubble. That's why they fire rockets from every building they can find. They want this. Like, you're upset that this is the way they wage war. This is what they do. They want to destroy their own civilization in order to destroy the Jewish civilization. So, you know.
They'll be rewarded in the afterlife.
They'll be rewarded even in this life. The PA is paying for the heads of Jews.
I also think, by the way, they've got that food underground, and there's a lot of them just living under there waiting.
Okay. Listen, they at any point they can give back the hostages, disperse the food, rebuild Gaza. They don't want to do that yet. We still want our Jews back, and we will continue to fight until we get the Israelis back. If they prefer that we fight them to actually rebuilding their own civilization, then yeah, that will continue to happen.
Hang on, but BBC says that Israel is putting a blockade, and that's what's causing famines.
Yeah, Yeah.
Isn't that true?
The UN is also saying that Hamas is stealing 85% of the food that's coming in.
Really?
No, but that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. They are starving.
Show me.
Why would they starve their own people? That doesn't make any sense. Because of idiots
No,
that will come and save Israel.
starving Palestinians is what I mean. They're not starving
Yeah.
Israelis.
Right, you read that the Israelis are starving the Palestinians because it would be absurd if Hamas was actually starving the Palestinians to further their
Yes,
war goal.
exactly.
That's not even comprehensible.
So they're not letting the UN support, like the food support, go in Palestine.
No. Don't we? It seems like the Gazans don't know it because the Gazan says that the prices have been dropped since the Jeff took over, but maybe BBC knows more. Where are they getting the information from? Let me guess.
That's good news if the prices are down.
Yes, the prices are down.
It's good news.
Wait, why is 380 now prices on it anyway?
Are you contesting this?
Yes.
Do you think
Yes,
this is,
no one's asking the question.
this is
Why are they
fake
like?
news? Daniel,
Why
why-
is there a price put on aid that's free? That's what I'm wondering. Shouldn't all the citizens in Gaza get the aid for free? Why are they being charged money for it? Well, you gotta support the war effort also?
What are you, a communist people, Harry?
Do you know that the European Commission is now opening a fund for Gaza rebuildment, and they are expecting all European nations to participate? Because speaking is not enough. Now it's time to put the money. So Spain and Ireland and Australia and UK and Canada and all those countries, prepare your paychecks, your checkbooks.
All their Gaza will be rebuilt.
Their economies are doing so well, they can easily afford this.
I hope they don't destroy all of the tunnels. I frankly want to tour the tunnels.
The tunnel tour.
You want to tour the tunnels?
I want to see where the billions of dollars that went into Gaza, like what they actually constructed. It's all hidden deep underground. I don't want to see a video. I want to walk the tunnels.
Mixed, they didn't build anything. There was a blockade. They couldn't build anything.
Oh, you're right. I forgot. They didn't make the tunnels.
This is why they didn't build any.
Right. They didn't have any concrete. They weren't able to build the tunnels.
Why don't they have
Daniel, are you
services?
contesting that news? Are you contesting that there was any blockade?
It's an occupation. Even though every single Jew alive today was taken out, it's an occupation. It's a virtual occupation.
Whatever.
It's a psychological occupation.
Right. You have to open up the meaning of the word occupation to be a state of mind.
Yes.
If we could, we should have imposed the blockade on day one.
See, Vishal, you have to let our words occupy your mind. Then you will fully comprehend the meaning of occupation within oneself.
People are dying.
Yeah.
Right? Occupied people are dying.
Fool around.
And Hamas and the Palestinians should surrender. It's time to
Yeah,
surrender.
what do you want me to do? If I could tell them to release the hostages and stop the Israelis from saving their families, I would do that.
Difficult.
Like, what would you say? I should convince the Israelis to not save their brothers and sisters? I should tell the Israelis to not defend Jews anymore? I should say, oh, Israelis, you should dismantle your state. I'm sure that'll be safe for everyone there that is armed.
It's democratic.
What do you think I can do? I can sit here and say they're fucking assholes for not releasing innocent people. That's what I can do. And I do that until they release the hostages.
Michal, it's very simple. The Palestinians, as you saw, are being recognized as an independent country. They have sovereignty. They decide. Okay. Now, you in the world can cry genocide and starving and people are dying and whatever. But for them, okay, because they have the key to end this, they can press a button at any day. They every day wake up and say, no, it's not worth it for us to stop the war. We want to continue. Every day they can press the button that will stop the war. But for them, there was I saw an interview today with I'm not Khalid Marshall, I forgot one of the Hamas leaders that is still alive, not in Gaza. And yes, the sacrifice is like he was like, it's like, what could we do? We had to sacrifice it. It's like, and he's like, and the price that you are still paying, this is the price that they are willing to pay. You can listen to the leaders. They say we will never surrender. So if they never surrender,
So the Nigeria are on their death and destruction.
so it's their choice. And if they think it's too much, there is always the option to, even today, Bibi Netanyahu told them, you can either surrender and live alive, or die.
Right? They're being hunted. Bibi just announced at the United Nations, like the biggest soapbox in the world, he said, we are hunting you. Give back the people or expect death.
I think people don't understand the concept of war. War is about imposing what you want with force, basically, okay? And in a war, you like, everybody's talking about ceasefire, like ceasefire. No, war usually ends with one side winning and the other side losing. No one said, okay, let's do a ceasefire agreement with the Nazi Germany and let them just kind of stay lingering on and like, no, we need to eradicate it from the roots. The Nazis and their helpers. Hamas and their helpers.
Can you pull up Z for a minute, Daniel, if you don't mind, because I think she might have more things to say than me.
Oh, I'm sure she would have things to say. Not sure it's relevant. Yeah, I don't know if I will bring it up. I'm not sure that I'm into the conversation. But go ahead.
All of what Netanyahu and his government trying to do is to bring back the deterrence from literally dissolving in the region. That's it.
Literally.
I just want to remind you. I just want to remind you that all the top Iranian chief army gone, the Houthis army gone, Hezbollah leadership gone, Hamas leadership gone, Bashar al-Assad Syria gone. But
I want
yeah,
to remind
the
you that you
deterrent
had
is
this,
gone.
you already
Sure
did that
thing,
long time
sure.
ago, over and over and over, and the resistance never stopped. Ever.
Yes.
Ahmed Yassin, done. Abdulaziz Rantisi, done.
Yes.
The nuclear scholars in Iran in the 80s, gone. You did that over and over and over.
Yes,
and you
yes,
said,
and we'll continue.
Yeah.
This is what we call mowing the lawn.
That's not mowing the lawn. That's actually continuing resistance till you
Okay, continue.
eradicate it.
I understand. See, at the end of the day,
The only
you know,
thing that holds you is that the outside forces that backed you up, and now it's dissolving.
see what are you talking
one by
about?
one.
The Palestinians are on welfare. They can do shit without themselves. I literally just announced about a donation fund for Gaza. They are living on humanitarian aid. Their education is funded by UNRWA. Their army is funded by UNRWA. They cannot they cannot take a shit. They cannot take a shit without help. What are you talking about? Israel, I want to remind you, 1948, Israel, without U.S. help, without help, beat the shit out of all you Arabs at the same time, when you had all the armies coming at us at the same time. So, see, sweetie, see, you're living in a delusion of the reality of the caliphate. You're in the wrong century. Go back to 700 when your kind ruled, but in this world, you need to behave. Otherwise, go fuck yourself in Afghanistan or some other shithole Muslim country.
Word to make you people have the audacity to even mention the 7th century if you actually know
Yes.
history.
It's a long time ago, and it's over.
This is when your ideology was. This is when your ideology has been created. This is when the weapon that we have right now against humanity was created, was spawned. People that are accused that are carrying this cancer and spreading it like it's normal. It's not normal.
the war is always between justice and injustice, right?
Exactly right.
100%. 100%. Justice, justice is being served.
And prime
Justice is being
people,
served.
Yes.
it's always the case. Subjugating,
Baruch Hashem, justice is being served. You're getting
taking
your
something
justice.
by force, like
Enjoy your justice. Are you enjoying it?
thieves.
Are you enjoying your justice? Do you
Definitely.
like it? Okay, good.
Let me
So you
ask
can
you
have some more.
something.
No, so you can have some more justice. We have plenty to offer you.
Great.
There's
Let
no
me
limits.
ask you, what?
We have it. No, I'm happy that you're happy.
Ask you
It's important to
something.
me. No, I believe in
No.
justice too, and I'm happy that you are happy with the justice that you are receiving.
Because everything you
Well,
get,
yes.
just
You're
got
happy.
them
We're
all.
happy. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What, can you tell me the story of Abraham alayhi salam?
What? You got it from us.
Yes, please.
You got it from us.
From a Jewish voice.
I don't understand.
Let me hear the story of Abraham
gave us
from
the
a
land.
Jewish point of view.
God gave us the land. What's your next
I'm
question?
not talking about the land. I'm talking
The
about
Quran, it says the
Story
land
of
gave
Abraham.
us to Bnei Israel. Open the
Does
Quran, it
anybody
says
know
so.
the
In
story
the
of
Quran.
Abraham?
Open the Quran, it says the land is given to Bnei
I'm not
Israel.
talking about the
We are the
Quran.
Bnei
Read it
Israel.
to you from your book. Shall I read it to you in your book?
No.
God
Can you
gave us
please
the
tell me
land.
from the Torah?
I just gave it to you from the Torah. Now you want it from
I
your
want
cheap
from the
copy?
Torah.
Well, you copied our
The
Torah.
story of Abraham from Torah point of view.
I just gave it to you.
Shabbat shalom, my Jewish brothers.
I just gave it to you.
That is
Come on,
correct.
So what
Have a
question
good
is
chance,
next?
everybody.
Let me hear it. You didn't say nothing.
What question is next? I just told you God gave us the land. What else do you want to know? What do you need to know?
The story of Abraham.
I just told you.
That's the story?
God gave the Jews the land, not the Yemenis, not the Philistines, not any of those disgusting
Who are you? Who are you?
أنا مصري أنا مصري مسيحي فكراني حبيبتي أنا عايز نيجي كتيزك. I'll just explain
دي أمك اللي بيحصل فيها كده حبيبي أنت. أمك اللي بيحصل فيها كده لكن مسلمة من.
Oh, she's an Egyptian.
Guys, I'm an Egyptian American. I don't like the way you have a very bad. You speak a very ugly Arabic. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
You don't have to like.
Very ugly. Good.
You don't have to like. At least we have a 12 million vocabulary, not like your ass is 20,000.
كبيرة أوي. أنا عايز أوريكي بنتي. ممكن أوريهولك؟ Just telling her that she has to stop disrespecting you guys. دي أنت عايزة تشوفي زوبي؟ Hello, D. Okay, she's staying quiet for some reason, I'm not sure.
Of course, because you're an asshole that doesn't have a dignity, just like the zombie bitches that you are living with them. Go fuck yourself, you asshole. You're nothing. You're nothing. So shut the fuck up and stay in your lane. You still didn't tell me the story of Abraham. Normal.
Because I'm an Egyptian Christian, so I have to touch
Go
stuff
fuck
in there.
yourself and shut the fuck up, you ass bitch.
You ass bitch. That's a good one. They really hate the Christians in Egypt, huh? The Egyptians really hate the Coptics.
They slaughter us, they kidnap us, they rape us, they do all types of things over there, bro.
Of course.
It's literally, when I tell you, it's no exaggeration, it's literally just as bad as what Jews go through from Palestinians when the Palestinian walks in Israel and just decides to stab a Jew to death. That's how it is in Egypt, too. It's literally just like that. And I'm happy that the Jews know the difference between us. Cause like I ran into this Jewish guy who was blowing shofar in my city, and I went up to him. I was like, "Yo, what's up, my brother? I'm a Zionist. God bless you. You know, I'm an Egyptian Zionist to go." And I was like, "But listen, you know, I'm not Egyptian Muslim. I'm Coptic. Do you know what we are?" He's like, "Yeah, I know what you guys are." And then he started saying how a bunch of Coptic people built his synagogue nearby. So I was like, "Oh, that's what's up, man. I love it when you guys know what Coptic people are." So yeah, so there's a big difference. You know, the Egyptian Muslims, they're the ones that hate Israel. They really do hate Israel, man. It's terrible. Also, if you guys know, there's this famous singer in Egypt. His name is Muhammad Ramadan. This guy took one picture with an Israeli music artist, and all of Egypt was just panicking, man, and making a big deal out of it, and talking all this shit and everything. Like, you know, these people are crazy, man. Egyptians are fucking nut job.
Sam Harris bait.
It would only have gotten worse if they had you as a moderator. Then that would have been a record.
Except he's a moderator is supposed to speak very little and let the main guest speak, so it wouldn't have been an issue.
Today you left very quickly, and I wanted to ask January 6th? Because I heard that you said there were no FBIs, and I just wanted to get the story from you.
Never once said that. Never once I said that.
No?
Do you need me to repeat myself? I was just like, like when the wife knows that you're cheating on her, he's like, you sure? You sure? You sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
But I see the blood on your hands. So come on, man. No, I've never said that. They pretend like nothing happened. And I stand that there was violence that day. The end. Oh, and Trump was really excited about it. It wasn't just a random day. And yeah, it was only FBI agents. It's an FBI agents and FBI agent antagonizing. That was the whole thing. And Donald Trump was one of the FBI agents giving the speech. We found out that he's an informant for the FBI most recently. Not my words. That turned out to be a lie. Trump's words. But anyway, yeah, it was all the FBI agents that gave a speech on the day that Pence was going to certify election not favorable for that guy. Anyway.